We've always been pet people at our house, cats or a dog or something like that. And one thing interesting about pets is they just all have really unique personalities with all these quirks and idiosyncrasies. And one of our pets that we still have currently seems to have mastered the quirkiness thing. He's a cat. His name is Murphy. He's about 7 years old. But Murphy has probably blown through his and several other cats' lives. He's been hit by a car. He's disappeared for 5 weeks and then just shown back up. And then recently, this past Christmas, we think he fell off the roof, slid off the gutter, and fractured his pelvis in 3 different places. And we had to crate him and nurse him back to health, and he seems to be normal, whatever that means for him now. But I remember when he disappeared, and I have just this really unusually strong attachment to our pets. And it was hard. It was really hard for me because I didn't know what happened to him. He just disappeared. And we had this ritual at night where either he would go out or he would come in before I would go to bed. And I would open the front door and I would keep the storm door closed and I would just look for him. I would just watch for him because he'd come across the street or come around the corner. And so there was this anticipation on my part. Okay, tonight's the night that Murphy will come back home. And I would just stand at the door and just watch in hopeful expectation that he would show back up. And eventually he did, after 5 weeks, he showed back up. The reason why I talk about that story is because we're in this weird place right now where we're kind of confined and kind of restricted because of the virus. And so we have this waiting mentality. Like we're just, we're in the starting block, we're waiting for everything to be rolled back, and then we're out. We're in the restaurants and we're doing all the things that we normally do. But in the meantime, we're just waiting, just wishing that this would be over. And when I think about waiting, it feels so powerless to just sit and wish it happens to us. Like I'm just going to wait to be told how things are going to work out and kind of wish that it's the best. And when I look at that verse that we all know of, Isaiah 40:31, those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength, they will run and walk. And I look at that word wait and do a little study on it because that's who I am. It's not a passive word. When Isaiah used that word, it wasn't just kind of to sit and passively wish that things work out. It means watch. It means there's this active stance that you take, that you know that it's something good's going to happen. There's this anticipation, there's this expectation, so you're watching. So it really should say those who watch for the Lord, not just wait on the Lord. I like that interpretation better, not because you run around and do a whole bunch of stuff, but there's this active component, that you're not passive and sitting and defenseless and just waiting, but you're watching. You know something's good is going to happen. You know there's something positive out there, and there's this stance to do that. And so that verse spoke to me in kind of a different way as we still deal with this virus. It looks like things might be winding down a little bit. We're having conversations about what it looks like if we were to start back up. But I don't want it to be just this sitting back waiting. I want it to be anticipatory. I want to watch. I want to hope, not just wish. So my hope for you as we kind of figure out how to wind this thing down is that your waiting turns into watching. That it's more than just this passive sitting, but you're watching, knowing something good is going to happen. So, in these final days or weeks or however long it is, may your waiting be powerful. May it be watching.